If you could change any choice you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of the Inspired Choices Show, business optimization expert, Christine McIver.
That's right. I'm here with you again tonight. Welcome, my friends. I'm so happy that you are here. Tonight, we have another business potent show for you, and I hope that you are ready for it because I'm telling you, I'm bringing it tonight. Now, not that I haven't brought it before, but I'm really feeling that this is a show that I'll be able to share a lot of what I've been sharing on previous shows, really kind of bringing it together and showing you how you can move forward in your business. So tonight we're talking about, does your business need to be rescued? It's a big question, and I don't think a lot of people would really admit to whether their business needs to be rescued, but it definitely is something that we need to be looking at. We need to be talking about, because if we're not talking about this, what is actually happening is we're hiding with our businesses, and we're hiding from the possibility of how amazing our businesses can be. And you don't need that. What you absolutely deserve to have and absolutely can have is a business that is thriving. And I would love to invite you into that tonight. So before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do, and how come I can talk about this. So I am a business optimization coach, and I work with entrepreneurs, small or large businesses, looking at where the gap is, where the challenges are, where the opportunities are for them to be able to take their business to the next level. I absolutely love being able to support entrepreneurs who have a message on their heart, who have something that they know, they absolutely know, and they're willing to now step up and say, I'm an expert in this area, and show them how they can take this to the masses, how they no longer have to be a best kept secret, and how they can honestly and truly step out onto the world stage with what they are doing and have it be of pleasure. Years ago, I created a program called The Pleasure of Business, because I do believe that business should be pleasurable. If you're not having fun with what you're doing, you either need to stop or you need to put your hand up and ask for support. And that's why we're here. Both my show and many of the other shows here on the Inspired Choices Network do just that, support you to make your life and your business and your relationships and your bank account more and more pleasurable than you've ever imagined. So that's what I do. If you're looking for that kind of support and you would love to really step into having your business be that much sweeter, that much more pleasurable, and 6 months from now, a year from now, for you to be able to say, yes, this is exactly where I want to be, enjoying what I'm doing and being an expert in my field, reach out to me. I have a special coming up I'm going to tell you about a little bit later in the show. I do this once a year, so you might be able to figure out what it's associated with. But if you would like to reach out now, you can email me, Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Wherever you are listening, whether you're listening live or you're listening in the replay, put hashtag I want to know the surprise. I want to know the surprise. And I will share that with you after the show. So, and I'll share it during the show too. So in case you miss it and you tag it somewhere, I'll let you know. All right. So let's get into tonight's show. Does your business need to be rescued? Knowing if your business needs assistance depends on specific circumstances and challenges that you're facing. What is your number one challenge in business? Ask yourself that question. What is my number one challenge in business? And write that down. Are you facing cash flow problems or declining profits or both? Maybe employee turnover is impacting you to the point where you feel like your business is failing, or like you should be an octopus with 8 arms. Or maybe you've lost direction in your business and lack the growth and profit strategies you need to succeed. Whatever your challenges are in your business that you're facing, it is entirely possible to intervene and change the direction and change the challenges if you're willing, because you've always got to be willing. There are always actions that can save or revitalize a struggling business or a failing company. And if you're looking for direction on those things, stick around, because that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. So tell me something. What was the first thing that popped into your mind when you saw the title of this show? Does your business need to be rescued? You either said, hell yes, it does, or you leaned in and went, I'm not sure, right? You're like, maybe. And you said yes to listening. You said yes to joining. I'm glad you did. I'm going to challenge you that during the show, while you're listening to this episode, I want you to suspend all self-judgment. This takes bravery, and it takes a willingness to be vulnerable. When you're willing to suspend all self-judgment, we can make change. But one of the greatest challenges, especially when I'm working with clients, is to move them from where they are to where they want to go, is them judging themselves. It's normal. It is absolutely something that requires support. And when you work with a coach and when you work with me, you will get that support to move through that judgment. There's a lot of pieces around the judgment that we will talk about, but you've got to be willing to suspend it so we can get to the truth of what's really happening for you. So I'm going to ask you to do that. Suspend all self-judgment and be willing to be vulnerable with yourself. So what's the number one area in your business that you are struggling with? What's the number one area in your business that you are frustrated with? What's the number one area in your business that you don't want anybody to know about? Maybe, like some of my clients, you have thousands upon thousands of emails. Now, I have clients that are willing to say, oh my gosh, yes, I have this many emails. They're willing to share that with me. And that's great, because then we can make a change. But there are so many people out there that have areas of their business they're not willing to share. Well, if you're not willing to be vulnerable, at least with your business coach, it's not going to change. Because if it was, you wouldn't have the issue now, would you? You would change it. Most people change 80% out of pain and 20% out of pleasure. So when we are looking at the regular average human being, when we are looking at what we desire, we often are not able to move towards that because it's not painful yet enough for us. And if you are waiting for it to be painful enough, well, you might be waiting a while, or you might be in for some real pain. You don't have to be in pain, but that is our normal behavior. We oftentimes, as human beings, we oftentimes won't move in the direction of our desires, especially if this is layered with self-judgment. And when it comes to business, and this is very interesting to me, when it comes to business, we are judging the heck out of ourselves. We put our value, what's going on in my business, we equate that to the value of who we are at our core. I've heard people talk about how their self-worth has dropped significantly because they haven't yet been able to succeed in business, or how there's a lot of shame wrapped up in their business because of things that haven't moved in the direction of where they want to go. But what you've got to be willing to look at, my friends, is if you have self-judgment and shame, first of all, that's not who you are at your essence. At your essence, you are a loving being. At your essence, you are someone who came here to lead with love. So any negative emotion like self-judgment and shame, you're picking that up from somebody else's point of view, somebody else's decision around what things should look like in your business. How many of you have ever felt shame around your business or around any aspect of your business to the point that you didn't want to share it with someone? Have you? I know I have. I have had things in my business going in such a negative direction that I didn't want to tell anyone. I was, trying to scramble even faster so that no one would discover it. So I would get myself up out of that hole. But my friends, the challenge in trying to do that is, number one, we don't have someone sitting beside us teaching us how to do business. Most people jump into doing business because they've got something in their heart that they want to share with the world, and they're excited, right? They're excited to share, and they start to do a business based on, oh my God, look at what I've made, or look at what I have the ability to do. And people say, you know what, you could charge money for that. And so they go, oh my gosh, that would be a great idea. And then they start their business. Most of us do not go out and, shadow somebody that's in a very similar business to us and learn all of the steps and all of the things to consider and take all of the courses. Yes, you can go to college or university for business. That is not the same as being in your own business. So first of all, I want to give you the permission to give yourself a break. Take yourself off the hook of feeling shame. Take yourself off the hook of feeling like you should be embarrassed in any way. And if that's what's been going on for you, your business may definitely need to be rescued because you have been trying to do this by yourself. Doing business by yourself is so incredibly hard. It is the most difficult thing that I can imagine to do. When you go working for someone else, they've been there already. They give you direction on what to do. They've got supports in place. Maybe they have, booklets to teach you how to do your job, or they've got somebody that's going to sit beside you and train you. But when you start your own business, yes, Karen says can be so isolating. Exactly. And so you're doing your own business, and for a lot of us that work from home, we're working solo, and we're alone in our own businesses. We feel isolated. Couple that with embarrassment and shame, we are drowning. We're drowning in self-judgment and our mindset, and that absolutely is holding us back from moving forward. So if any of that's been going on for you, I would suggest that you probably need some support and could use some support. And I wonder if I had said to you, okay, I am going to come to your home and I'm going to work with you one-on-one for a week, would you say yes? Would you put your hand up and go, I will take that? Absolutely. If there's any part of that that's intriguing to you, I mean, we will have a good time. I can guarantee that. But if there's any part of that that's intriguing, there may be some big aspects of your business that do need rescuing. And that's okay. It's okay. Somebody's saying, I'll leave the door unlocked for you tomorrow. It's okay if your business needs rescuing. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. What it actually means is, I am ready for support because I know that what I've been doing is not taking me in the direction of where I want to be and where I deserve to be. And damn it, I'm an expert in my field, but doing this business thing is really too much, right? So we are up to our first break of the show. When we get back, we're going to keep diving into this. Stay here with me. Please take down some notes during break around what it is for you that you would love support in your business. When we get back, we're going to talk about what it looks like and some of the things that you can be doing to start to change that. So you're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you're just joining, we're talking about rescuing your business. Does your business need to be rescued? Well, we're going to answer that question with some thoughts, because knowing whether your business needs to be rescued or not is a good place to start, right? And knowing what you would love to have support on is what we talked about in the first segment. So if you haven't already written down some of the areas you would like support in, please do that. What is the biggest area that you are struggling with? And remember to suspend all self-judgment and be willing to be vulnerable with yourself. This is where we can start to make some big change. Okay, so the original definition, or one of the original definitions of rescue, is an act of saving from danger, confinement, and enemies. So in the first segment, we talked about how being in your own business, oftentimes when we're at home, we're on our own, or we're working in an office somewhere as a solopreneur, we could feel isolated and confined. And sometimes we get confined in our own thoughts, right? Where we feel we get lost in there, whether that's self-judgment or worry. We can really feel isolated and really cut off from other people. And that is where we need someone to rescue us sometimes from our own thoughts. You know, do you know why life coaching, or how life coaching first started? Now, life coaching has evolved into a lot of different areas of coaching, but life coaching actually began where the entrepreneur, the CEO of the company, needed support, needed someone to hold them accountable, and needed a safe place where they could be honest about what was going on for them. They did not feel that they could speak to someone within their organization, because oftentimes people that work for us won't tell us the truth at fear of retribution. And so this is where life coaches were born. And so imagine if you were someone who is struggling, where you feel like your best friend's telling you what you want to hear, and your family doesn't want to upset you. Or perhaps you have somebody in the family who's pretty harsh and they're telling you exactly what they think, but it's not being helpful. It's not actually moving you forward. Having someone who is an expert in business, imagine them supporting you, allowing you space to be vulnerable, and actually showing you different possibilities so you can move out of this state of feeling like you need to be rescued. So when you're feeling confined, that's a big deal a big area rather, where you can look to see, hey, maybe I do need to be rescued. Maybe I'm buried in my own thoughts. Another area is where you feel like you're in danger. Maybe you feel like you're in danger of exhaustion or a mental breakdown or financial ruin. Do you feel like you're in that space of danger? Who hasn't been there? I have had a mental breakdown, and it's not a fun place to be. But when we are lost and we don't feel safe and we don't feel like we've got someone that we can speak to, we can oftentimes spiral down and then really have a breakdown, and which will impact the body. So that's going to move into physical exhaustion. That's some of those areas where we can be in danger and do require someone to rescue us. And another area is, say, from enemies. Now, who are your enemies? Your enemies may be self-judgment. Your enemies may be the point of view that someone had about what success should look like. And you're trying to attain that level of success. And that's actually something that's turning on you and making you go crazy and really impacting your business to the point that it needs to be rescued. If you're feeling any of that or all of that, or even a percentage of even one of those things, I want you to know that it's okay to put your hand up and say, I need support. I need someone to rescue me from my own chaos. So here's a few things that I want you to think about if you're kind of curious as to whether your business needs to be rescued. If you have more emails coming in every day from people or from organizations that are trying to sell to you, trying to get you to buy from them, that you're not reading thoroughly, that you're putting to the side and think, someday I'm going to check that out. Someday I'm going to check that out. And so you've got more of those emails coming in than you do client interaction. You might just need to be rescued. If you have more times that you are spending on social media, commenting on other people's posts, on other people's personal things, personal subject matters, maybe videos, and you're spending more time in your workday commenting, watching, or interacting with other people's work than you do working in your own business, you just may need to be rescued in your business. These are not fun, I'm sure. We've got some so we've got some comments in the chat room. I'm being called out. Rescue me. Another one. LOL. I need to be rescued. You're not alone, my friends. You are absolutely not alone. If you have consistently at the end of the month more expenses than you do revenue, or revenue streams of possibilities, you just may need to be rescued. If you feel like you're not sure what you should be advertising, marketing, or promoting from one day to the next, let alone an entire month or an entire 6 months or even 12, you likely need to be rescued. If you are criticizing yourself on a daily basis and putting on a brave face saying that you're in your own business, but feeling desperate that no one find out around the truth of what's happening, you may need to be rescued. If you are praying that you will win the lottery more than you're actually praying in gratitude of what you're creating in your business, you may need to be rescued. If you are taking courses, more courses and more courses and more courses and more courses, because you feel like you're going to get the answer somewhere inside of those courses and somebody else has the answer of what they're teaching, while you're absolutely not creating on your own in your own business, you just may need to be rescued. If you have a desire in your heart of what you want to be doing in your business, but you keep buying the lie that you're scared, you just may need to be rescued. If you know above everything else what you should be doing, but you keep yourself, quote unquote, busy doing all sorts of other things, you may need to be rescued. If you spend your time in envy and watching other people out there finding their voice, stepping up in the world, creating and really speaking to their area of expertise and asking for sales, you may need to be rescued. Does this list stop? How did you find all of these areas to mention? Are you looking through my windows? I think my sessions are the basis for this call. You know what? My mind is just tapping into all of you and all of the things that I've seen with other people. If you constantly feel like you are never going to know enough to be able to succeed in your own business, you may need to be rescued. If you are looking at other people's success and believing that you are never going to be that successful, you may need to be rescued. If you've been working in your business for more than 5 years and you're not proud of what you're doing, yet you get up every day and you try, you may need to be rescued. I can go on and on and on about all of these different things that I know many of us have experienced, many of my clients have experienced and shared with me, but that's not going to get us to the next level. But understanding that the challenges that you have in your business, any of these things that I have mentioned, if you have these things in your business and you don't have a strategy in moving forward, you don't have a clear plan, and you don't get up every day excited to be working in your business, not just with your clients, not just with the products that you're creating, but you get up every day and you're not excited to be working in your business, and you allow yourself to be distracted again and again and again, or you wish that maybe, or you're questioning, should I actually be in business? These are the things that are the signs, the big signs out there that are saying you need to talk to someone. Because let's be really clear, maybe you would be better working for somebody else. Maybe you would. But here's my challenge to you. Until you've worked with a business coach who can give you a straight up, honest view, a business audit, as it were, not just the financials, but everything that you're doing or not doing. If you're not allowing yourself to have that opportunity before you throw in the towel, you may be walking away with a deep amount of regret. Now, can you start again? You can. But here's the facts, my friends. If you were going to do anything else besides be in your own business, you would have support. If you were going to take a trade, you would have support. If you would work for somebody else, you're going to have support. Any employer out there knows that they need to train and support and guide employees. But yes, yet us solopreneurs believe that we should be able to do it on our own. And that is just a crock of shit. Pardon my language, but it is. It's a huge crock of shit. You're passionate about an area that is part of your business, but there are so many aspects to business. And today, in today's society doing business, it's hugely different. I was speaking to a client yesterday and I said, it's not like when Bob used to just flip the sign and say, on his front door and say, okay, I'm open, and people would walk in the door. It's very different landscape, but we have not upped our level of learning and asking for support, even though we're in a completely different environment to be self-employed. Give yourself a break. Stop beating yourself up so much. And if you really are questioning whether you should be in your own business or not, give me 30 minutes. Reach out to me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca. Share with me truthfully what is going on for you, and I will give you everything I got in 30 minutes. I will honestly give you a viewpoint around what may be happening for you and what you could possibly change to move forward. As I said to you, I love being in business. I've had plenty of challenges in business, and I put my hand up because I have so much pleasure in business, but that doesn't mean I'm capable in all the areas. I've needed to learn and I've needed to grow. It doesn't have to be hard, but there can be challenges. If you're willing to be honest and you're willing to allow someone in to support you, which a lot of us aren't, you can change that. What would it be like to actually do what you love doing and to have pleasure with all of the business aspects? That is available to you. So, my friends, we're going to go for our second break of the show. When we get back, I'm going to tell you about my special, and I'm going to answer some more questions, and we're going to keep playing in the Does Your Business Need to Be Rescued? Stay tuned. I'm Christine McIver, Inspired Choices Show on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
We are having so much fun in the chat room here. You guys should be over here. They're cracking me up. I am just watching what's going on, and it's so much fun. See, this is part of my business, and this is a business that I created. So while I am a business optimization expert and I work with entrepreneurs, I'm also the CEO of Inspired Choices Network. And this is a place that I get to play and I get to have pleasure and I get to support other people so that they can be playing in their area of expertise and growing their business in the world. How does it get any better than this, really, when you get to create something and have fun with it? It is available to you, but you've got to decide. Are you willing to put your hand up and say, no matter what it takes, no matter what it takes, I'm going to have pleasure in my business. I know it's available to me. Oh my gosh. Sarah, my producer, said, I was rescued by Christine in her coaching, was the best butt kick I ever got. You are so welcome, Sarah. You know what? Sometimes we need a little checkup from the neck up, and we absolutely need to be able to say what it needs to happen and be willing to take those ass kickings. You know, there are times when I've had coaches really give me a swift kick as well. And it was truly the best thing that happens, because we get stuck, right? And we get our egos mixed into all of the chaos. And then we get stubborn and we think, no, I'm not going to change. And yet the only person we're going against is ourselves, which is absolutely crazy. So let's get back to some of the things that may be going on for you that you're wondering whether your business needs to be rescued. Do you find yourself in chaos when it comes to computers? Do you find yourself struggling at how does this work, and how does this work, and why is this not working, and how come people can't hear me and see me, and why is this taking so long? What is going on with my computer? That is absolutely a business area that needs to be rescued. I worked in organizations and we had entire tech teams that would come and troubleshoot on our computers. You know what? Unless you're in the tech business, you shouldn't expect that you would know how to do this. But having support in that area without having to go outside of your home every time and take your computer and give it to somebody for 3 or 4 days, that is possible, but that is an area where you may need support and need to be rescued. Do you find that your day-to-day activities are spent trying to catch up? You're constantly trying to catch up, and you actually don't get to the point of communicating with new prospects in your business. Your business may need to be rescued. What is the profit like in your business? Do you find that your prices maybe aren't in alignment and really aren't in alignment with paying your bills? What is the possibility? Like, when was the last time you actually raised your prices? Or are you stuck in the, yeah, nobody would want to pay that for what I offer, blarney? Because for most of us, we undersell our value. It's incredibly difficult to start your own business. And when we start our own business, we start looking outside of us at who's doing what we're doing. And then we find Betty, and Betty's doing amazing. And she has years of experience. She's been in her own business for, let's say twice as long as you. And that was twice as many years ago, but you're still in that mindset of Betty's always going to be smarter than me. Bullshit. Betty started somewhere, and Betty started to learn to value herself. So when was the last time you actually did a full audit on what your value is? I challenge my clients to really look at their value, and I really bring the receipts. I really show them physically what their value is so they can get it through their mind, because their mind is the place where we're storing these decisions with these belief systems that are having us continuously stay in doubt. So if your prices haven't increased in the last 3 years, you probably need your business rescued. Think about that. Can you sell through your website? Can you sell? Do you have it set up that people can easily buy from you and people can easily book from you? Or do they have to go through a string of jumps and hoops and contacting you to try to hire you, to try to give you money? I can't even tell you how many people I have worked with where it is so incredibly difficult for people to engage with them. And they're wondering why they're not getting business knocking on their door. It's not that they're not skilled in their area of expertise. It's that the function, the setup of connecting with them in today's world is too difficult, and people will walk away. You got to look at that. If it's too difficult for people to purchase from you, to book with you, to hire you, then you know what? You need to be rescued. Do you find that you have post-it notes all over the place on your desk and you are constantly scrambling? Maybe somebody actually did get through and they did book with you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I spoke to her a few months ago, or I spoke to her 6 months ago, or oh my God, I met him at this event and I don't remember anything about him. Oh my gosh, where are the notes that I wrote down? Did I write notes down? Are you scrambling to try to organize the information that you should have available when you have a conversation with someone? Your business needs to be rescued. Do you find that your business has a financial struggle and a financial system that does not function efficiently? Do you find that when you're asked what you made or what your profit was or what your expenses are monthly, that you have no idea? And it's okay. It's all right that you don't know. But if you're in that space, your business needs to be rescued. Because if you don't know these things, if you can't speak to exactly what your expenses are and what your profit is and where the gaps are, then how are you going to make business decisions to be able to move forward? How are you going to be able to look at the things that you're paying for and know that that is a poor business decision, or it's time to let that go? Are you looking at things and that other people are doing and jumping in with the bandwagon without really honestly looking at the impact that that decision will be on your business? Or are you looking at and following other people that are in business without feeling confident to do a full evaluation on the impact that it will have in your business? Your business may need to be rescued. Do you have a business partner? Do you have a business partner that is really challenging you? Do you have a business partner you're not enjoying? Do you have a past business partner that is still impacting you, or you're linked some way with them and what they are doing is counterintuitive to what you're doing or what you want to offer? Learning how to get unlinked from someone, your business needs to be rescued. Do you find that you like one or two social media platforms, or that you work primarily in your website, but when it comes to all the other places where today's society demands that we have a presence, do you find that you're overwhelmed and you have no idea what to do and how to make it easy for you? Your business may need to be rescued. Do you have, perhaps do you not have contracts with your clients, with your purchasers? Do you not have a return policy in place? Do you not have a privacy policy in place? Do you lack the legal documents that will actually support you and support your business should someone make a choice that you didn't agree upon? Do you have these things in place? If you don't, your business may need to be rescued. Do you have creditor pressure? Do you find that you are scrambling every time that certain creditor calls, and yet you feel like you really need to keep that creditor? Do you feel like if you don't continue to work with them, that your business is going to fail? Your business may need to be rescued. A lot of these things, my friends, when we get into a system of how we do business, we oftentimes think, okay, phew, that's taken care of, check that box. And we don't want to have to go back to it. We want to think, okay, I've already taken care of that. I already have email. Yep, I've got this profile. Yep, I post here occasionally. And we think, okay, I got to get on to the act of actually making money. While that's true, you may have inefficiencies that you are not aware of, and you may be overseeing opportunities because you've not been willing to continue to do an audit and an evaluation of your business and the owner of your business. Do you have a difficult time holding yourself accountable to do the things that need to be done in business? Your business may need to be rescued. I have mentioned a lot of things tonight. I don't even know how many because I didn't list them out and number them. But regardless of how many I have listed, even if you only have one or two areas where you find, oh my gosh, I feel like she's talking to me, the opportunity is available for you to have the support. You have got to be willing. You have got to be willing to receive the support. Are you willing to change what's been going on for you in your business and actually succeed? Or are you buying that this is the way it's always going to be? So many people buy into this, they get stuck, and it's like their feet are in quicksand and they're not willing to actually continue to try. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you feel super overwhelmed. Maybe you feel embarrassed. Well, I'm here to tell you, stop it. Stop playing yourself short. Stop playing that you can't change this. Stop buying the lies that your brain keeps telling you just because that's what was it telling you yesterday. If you want to make a change in your life and your desire is to have greater ease in your business, your desire is to have revenue and profit grow, your desire is to have organization and actually take a vacation and walk away from your business and go to bed every night with ease in your mind, do yourself a favor and put your hand up and ask for support. So before we go to break, I am going to tell you about my business offer to you. This is something I love to do. I'm very, very good at it. And I usually assist business owners in moving in a direction of their desires. So I have a package. It's a strategic business package where I work one-on-one with you. And we're going to work together for about 7 to 10 hours where we are going to start to change and we're going to start to put things in place and really start to clean things up for you so you can move in the direction of your desires. Now, normally this is $2,200. And because this is my birthday week, yes, my friends, I made it through another year because this is my birthday week. I am offering this for till the end of July, because the month of July is my favorite month of the year, until the end of July of 2023. So whenever you're listening to this, this is when it's available to you until the end of July 2023. This business offer, instead of $2,200, is going to be for only $1,700. $1,700 because my birthday is on the 17th. This is available to you. Do not hesitate. I have got 3 spots available and that's it. I am a busy person and I want to be able to support my clients properly. So you definitely want to send me an email right now, Christine at inspiredchoices.ca, subject line, your birthday special. And I will get back to you within 24 hours and we will move forward. 3 spots left. Do not hesitate. I want you to think about this. If 6 months from now, the start of 2024, if you can actually start to see ease and pleasure in your business, would that create a beautiful year for you? Say yes. You deserve to have hope. You deserve to have ease, and you deserve to take yourself off the hook from feeling any kind of shame or any kind of embarrassment. That is absolutely not necessary. Let's do this. Let's change things so that your business can have way more fun with its owner. Okay, we're up for a break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. You're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Hey, my friends, thank you so much for being here. I've been having so much fun sharing what might look like a business that needs to be rescued. And in this last segment, I want to really hone in on the business owner. And this is another area where, again, we sometimes will have some embarrassment. We will sometimes hold back and not be willing to be vulnerable. Now, as you know, my secondary business, or my second business, is Inspired Choices Network. And I have the pleasure of working with business owners who want to get their message and their expertise out to the world. They're educators in their field of specialty. And what I do when I'm working with them, when we're first setting up their show, is I work with them to really hone in on their message, to really focus in on what they love to do and what they're great at teaching. And this is an area that all business owners need support at in times. So if you feel like what you have a lot of information, you talk about a lot of different things with clients, but you have a difficult time marketing your message in a succinct way, you may need to be rescued. If you're not clear about your message and what it is that you want to be really marketing and promoting in the world, you more than likely do not have a price point that would support you and your business. And that's an important piece. And you know what? That's something that we learn over time. When I first started coaching, I was charging $100 a month. I didn't feel like I had the ability, and yet I was doing a great many things that most clients or coaches out there were doing. It was part of my mindset, but I didn't have my message down clearly. So if that's something for you, your business needs that kind of support. You need that kind of guidance, and you need someone that's going to be succinct with you, be very, very quick and to the point, and really pick up on the energies of where maybe you're holding back on yourself. You do not need to take a 6 months course to figure out what you want to do. And I challenge you again, invest in a 7 to 10 week with me, and we will get clear with what's going on for you and where the gaps are in your business. My friends, I could talk about this all day long, and I do with my clients oftentimes. I would love for you to have pleasure in your business. I would love for you to wake up every morning excited to be the creator that you are, excited to be supporting your clients, creating opportunities for them to grow. If you are distracted, overwhelmed, feeling discouraged, you can't bring your best to the table with your clients. And that is a place that doesn't contribute to anyone. So take care of you so you can take care of your clients. Put your hand up, be honest with yourself, be vulnerable with yourself, and be ready to be amazed at how quickly this actually can change. Next week, I would love for you to join me. Next week, we're talking about running from adversity or allowing it to empower you. My friends, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to have you here. Remember, $1,700 because of July 17th. the best day of the year for me. So do email me. And remember, my friends, until next week, remember that you can always make another choice. Let go of the judgment, let go of all of the decisions you've ever made, and choose again. The opportunity is available.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.